I am Taran Padar. I welcome you in another topic on e-commerce. Today's topic is about system development lifecycle. The system development lifecycle, which is also known as SDLC, is a conceptual model used in project management that describes the stage involved in an information system development project. For an initial feasibility study through maintenance of the complete application. SDLC can apply to technical and non-technical systems. In most use cases, a system is an IT technology such as hardware and software. Project and program managers typically take part in SDLC along with system and software engineers, development team and end user. Every hardware and software system will go through a development process which can be thought as an iterative process with multiple steps. SDLC is used to give a right structure and framework to define the phase and steps involved in the development. Steps in SDLC. SDLC can be made up of multiple steps. There is no concrete set number of steps involved. Around 7 or 8 steps appear commonly. However, there can be anywhere from 5 upward to 12. Typically, the most steps defined in an SDLC model, the more granular the steps are. In general, an SDLC methodology follows these following steps. Analysis. This existing system is evaluated, defined, and are identified. This can be done by interviewing users of the system and consulting with support personnel. Second step is plan and requirements. The new system requirements are defined. In particular, the deficiency in the existing system must be addressed with specific proposal for improvement. Other factors defined including needs, features, functions and capabilities. Next step is design. The proposed system is designed. Plans are laid out covering the physical construction, hardware, operating system, programming, communication and security issues. Next step is development. The new system is developed. The new components and programs must be obtained and installed. Users of the system must be trained in its use. Testing. All aspects of performance must be tested. If necessary, adjustment must be made at this stage. Test performance by quality assurance. Team may, Teams may include system integration and system testing. Development. The system is incorporated in a production environment. This can be done in various ways. The new system can be phased in according to application or location, and the old system gradually replaced. In some cases, it may be cost effective to shut down the old system and implementing the new system all at once. Our last step is upkeeping and maintenance. This step involves changing and updating the system once and it is in place. Hardware or software may need to be upgraded, replaced, or changed in some ways to better fit the needs of the end user continuously. User of the system should be kept up to date concerning the latest modification and procedure. Next topic is architecture framework of e-commerce. An e-commerce framework is made of the online architecture needed to develop and maintain a systematic for selling product online. This system typically includes a digital storefront, product information manager, other management system, shopping cart, and payment processing. The core functionality may be seem simple, but creating modern e-commerce framework is a more complicated process as today's customers have come to demand more than the simple ability to view and purchase product through an outlying storefront. So they need a domain name system. So we first need to understand what is domain name system. A domain name system turns domain name into IP address, which allows browser to get to website and other internet resources. Every device on the internet has an IP address which other device can use to locate the device. How does DNS works? The process of DNS resolution involves converting a host name into a computer friendly IP address. An IP address is given to each device on the internet, and that address is necessary to find the appropriate internet device, like a street address in is used to find a particular home. When a user wants to load a web page, a translation must occur between what a user types into their web browsers and the machine friendly address necessary to locate the web page. In order to understand the process behind DNS resolution, it is important to learn about the different hardware components. A DNS query must pass between. For the web browser, the DNS lookup occurs behind the scenes and requires no interaction from the user's computer apart from the initial request. There are four servers involved in loading a web page. DNS rescuer. The rescuer can be thought of an librarian who is asked to do find a particular book somewhere in a library. The DNS rescuer is a server designed to receive queries from client machine through applications such as web browser. Typically, the rescuer is then responsible for making additional requests in order to safety the client DNS query. Another DNS server is root name server. The root server is the first step in translating human readable host name into IP address. It can be thought of like an index in a library that point to different rack of books. Typically, it serves as a reference to other more specific location. Third is TLD name server. The top level domain server can be thought of as a specific rack of books in a library. This name server is the next step in the search of a specific IP address and its host, the portion of a host name. Last type is authoritative name server. The final name server can be thought of as a dictionary on a rack of books, in which a specific name can be translated into its definition. The authoritative name server is the last stop in the name server query. If the authoritative name server has access to the requested record, it will return the IP address for the requested host name back to the DNS rescuer that made the initial request. Thank you that for today. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel for such new content on e-commerce.